Welcome to Prism of Torah with Rebbe Saf Aaron Prisman, engaging Divrei Torah, packed with stories and practical insights. Find us wherever you get your podcasts or at prismoftorah.org.
Shalom Uvracha. In this week's Parshat Tzav, amongst other offerings in the temple, the Korban Todah, the Thanksgiving offering, stands out for its very unique requirements. While a standard Korban Shlamim, a peace offering, could be eaten over 2 days and 1 night, this Korban Todah, the Thanksgiving offering, permits only half that time, i.e. 1 day and 1 night. This is a huge challenge. But adding to this challenge, a person also has to bring 40 loaves of bread alongside this meat. And the person is not allowed to leave the meat over this time period that you're allowed to eat it, or else that will be a prohibition called a noisal. It can't be left over. So how could anyone possibly consume such abundance of food before the deadline? Why would the Torah create something that seems to be mission impossible? Rav Shimshon Pincus reveals the brilliant design of HaKadosh Baruch Hu behind the scenes over here in Tiferes Shimshon. This extremely restrictive time frame and abundant of food wasn't really obstacles. They were features. They were something HaKadosh Baruch Hu orchestrated to ensure the following will happen. Seeing that obviously one person, even one family, cannot consume all that meat and bread alone, this family will have no choice but to invite other people, family, friends, neighbors, even strangers. As guests gather and eat, they will naturally ask, so what's the occasion that you're bringing this Korban Todah for? And the person will start saying the story. I was very ill, I was sick and I recovered, or I crossed the desert and it was a miracle I survived, or I was in prison and they let me free. The Gemara actually identifies 4 categories requiring this Korban Todah. Those who traveled by sea, crossed the desert, recovered from a major sickness, or were released from prison. This is brought down in Brachos, Daf Nun Daled Amud Beis. Each represents some sort of salvation from danger, moments that there was evident divine intervention, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu saved you. The Torah, by putting these demands, these requirements, ensures these stories will not remain private, that they will be used as a Kiddush Hashem, ensuring that you publicly explain to people what you went through and the miracles Hashem did for you. This is actually what David HaMelech says in Tehillim, Perek Kuf Zayin, Pasuk Kaf Aleph. It says, Yedul Hashem chasto v'niflo isav livnei Adam. And here's the punchline, Pasuk Kaf Beis, V'yizbechu zivrei soida, that's our Korban Todah that we're talking about, V'yisapu ma'asav berina, and they'll say it with joy and happiness to others. When we do this thing and we share with other people Hashem's kindness and miracles He did to us, we actually are transmitting more than just information. We actually awaken the recognition of what HaKadosh Baruch Hu does to us. People that listen to us start noticing all kinds of divine providence that HaKadosh Baruch Hu takes care of them in their own lives, which actually changes everything. What seems to be routine, suddenly we realize our blessing in disguise from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And we were a part of that. We had this ripple effect to help others thank Hashem and be conscious of all the miracles that happen around us all the time. I want to end off with this story adapted from Rabbi Yeshua Sova. A young couple at the Philadelphia Yeshiva stood in the special intensive care unit recovery ward. Their newborn, born 6 weeks early, when doctors insisted survival was impossible, when he was finally coming home, the baby who wasn't even supposed to last 30 weeks, somehow, with the help of course, Siyata Dishmaya, but also the ward over there that was so dedicated, he wasn't even supposed to last 30 weeks. He preserved to 34, had fought through everything. The emergencies, the breathing issues, he managed to stay alive and come home at week 34 after being in that intensive care unit for babies from week 30 to week 34. As of course gratitude flooded their hearts of these parents, they realized something crucial. The hospital staff who saved their child deserved more than just flowers or a card. They asked the rabbi for guidance. What should they do? The rabbi's answer was unexpected. Flowers fade, chocolates disappear. But here's what you'll do. Every single year on your child's birthday, bring him back to the staff of these people that are working in this intensive care unit. This is your child, you will tell them. You saved him. It's all in your merit. Let them see his growth. Let them witness year after year that their sacrifice created a future. The family did exactly that. Year after year, they returned. The boy grew taller. His laugh became louder. His life unfolded in chapters written by hands that had worked sleepless nights in that hospital. When the bar mitzvah invitation arrived, the family sent one to every staff member who remembered those early days. One nurse couldn't attend, but she sent a letter, and it said the following. For 13 years, she wrote, your annual visits have been what we looked forward to most. We call him the miracle baby on floor 3. Do you know what it meant to us to see him grow? Your gratitude didn't just thank us, it reminded us why we do this work. You didn't know it, but you gave meaning to every sacrifice we made. Gratitude expressed publicly and repeatedly had transformed not just the family's response to a miracle, it had transformed the souls of everyone who witnessed it. I would like to thank my dear friend Reb Eli Kampf for helping me find this incredible story. Have a good Shabbos.
This concludes another episode of the Prism of Torah. Thank you for tuning in today. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something valuable. If you did, please subscribe to the podcast and give a 5-star rating. You can also find this podcast wherever you get your podcasts or our own website, prismoftorah.com, where we have a full archive of all our past episodes. We would like to thank Yona Vefa for the recording equipment and Eli Podcast Productions for handling all our post-podcast productions. Join us next week for another enlightening conversation on the Prism of Torah.